everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, I want to give a little bit of a warning about some important information regarding the Golden Wing match. Alright, so this is kind of the part 2 to the Guild versus Guild, Alliance versus Alliance, CVC style tournaments. We already had our regular tournament last, and these are going to keep cycling every couple days. You'll be able to re-enter. Looks like we got 2 days here for that to come back, and now we are in the Golden Wing match set up here, which is great. It's a really nice little place for rewards. It's when you click here, it doesn't seem that exciting. Of course, later on, I mean, these amounts of solvent is huge. That's really great for improving our overall accounts, but this didn't feel like so exciting. But once you actually go into it, the rewards are really good. We've already maxed out the rewards completely. Now, what I don't like about this is when I opened this up for the day, I came in and I immediately was able to collect rewards while having 0 contribution. That's not really fair. My points down here was 0, and I was able to collect the tier reward. So I really suggest if anyone staff mods that talk to the staff, whatever, have feedback for the Golden Wing match to please make people have to get something. I don't care if it's 1,000 points. I mean, honestly, even just 1,000 points. Because I just did a few arena battles, you know, and I got 2,000 points. So it's not like it's that hard to get points just by being somewhat active. But it should even be higher than that. There should be a requirement that kind of falls in line with maybe doing your vortex at least every day. Like, okay, maybe I want to say I feel like 1,000 is fair though. Like if you're actually going to log into the damn game and use some stamina and do your vortex battles, which might be low, you just have to do a little bit of arena as well, and you get arena points pretty easily. So just doing a few arena battles, doing your vortex, and using a tiny bit of stamina, 1,000 points is not too much to ask for. That should be a minimum requirement before anybody can grab this. But that's not what my big tip of the day is. So one thing I noticed that I did not know originally was when you click here to go, there's this little thing here at the bottom, and this is really important. And guild leaders, you should probably put little announcements about this in your discords or whatever, because people are going to wake up and just start doing their dailies and chilling, and then get into the grind of, okay, let's see what I got to grind out for this Golden Wing match. But stamina bonus upper limit, 200 of 200. Let's read this. During the Golden Wing match, only the first 200 stamina consumed every day will increase your Golden Wing points, and not an amount beyond 200. So, when you start your day, if you're just like, okay, let's see what I'm doing for today. What does my journal have to say? Oh yeah, okay, not too much. Oh yeah, I gotta try to push that next level of goblin that I'm still stuck on. Maybe I'll just farm level 1 until I can get one more hero to 100 like it needs me to. And maybe that will be my edge to do my next goblin. Okay, cool, let me just go farm some goblin, then I'll worry about the alliance thing later. Wrong. Because it's only the first 200. Which, I mean, I'm sitting on my 200 stamina, it's ready to go. And if I wasn't paying attention, I might have done some lower level stuff for the sake of points. So you want to kind of see what your best points ability here is, your best points opportunity is, because it might not be what you were just about to do for the sake of your dailies, for the sake of your daily progression. So like if I was just going to go do Goblin Layer 1, which is difficulty 11, I'd get 22 points. But what can I do best? I think my answer is the domain. I can do the frost domain and get 25 points per stuffs per stamina consumption for doing a round, right? When it comes to Grave of Venom, Grave of Rot, Grave of Curse, I really want to farm that. Although we know we've got like a week away from a boost of raids, so I don't want to over farm that. but I can't do stage 9, so that's not as good, unfortunately. Or maybe it is because of the stamina costs for the domains. I don't even remember right now. But yeah, you kind of got to figure out like what's your best thing to do for your first stamina usage of the day. Otherwise, you could be selling yourself short as far as your points contribution goes. There is a member contribution section where it's going to show how you do compared to everybody else. And, you know, you don't want to be getting nothing. I mean, some people are still sleeping. I just started having to use my stamina yet. Don't judge me. But yeah, people are going to be blasting this. You can see comparisons. And that's the really, really important thing to know is the first 200 used. So don't just go starting to do your chill daily stuff. I mean, sure, do your commissions, do your arena battles, but then decide what's best for points for you. So let's actually take a look at that a little bit. So if we go in, let's see, like I said, okay, Frost Domain is my highest. But okay, that only costs 10, that's good. So that's going to be perfect. I'm just going to farm the Frost Domain stage 5 because I can't do Fire stage 5 yet. And when it comes to my account personally, I want to get my Oka Deer to 5-star as well. And I might just, because it's easy for me to farm ice, I might just do that one for sake of getting my Traveler finally to 5-star. I do still use them a lot as support thanks to their wonderful shields, so I might use that as well. Or I might start working on some Necrosis people because why not? So maybe I want to go ahead and get a summoner team started. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But either way, I want some options. Or maybe I want to get an icy tank like Elvis ready to go. He's pretty interesting, right? Maybe he's someone I want to add to my options. Although I already have Urion as a really strong tank, so I probably don't need him per se. But I could at least farm what's best for me and then try. And overall, it's going to improve my count either way, right? That's the good part. It's going to improve our account. If I look at ice, I've got a pretty good account there. I've already got a bunch leveled up though, but hey, Necrosis, I've barely started working on. So even if I only have 2, but I'm going to be stocking up a whole bunch of resources by going to farm the ice and necrotic. So maybe I'll finally get a Megan built. Maybe I'll get a Thea built or an Adri, as she has some really unique usage. Questa can smack, or maybe we'll have some fun with a summoner. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fun options here. Devrick for support, but it's my weaker affinity for sure at the moment. But I still really hope I get Prempsa. So that's something else to consider. But yeah, I think figuring out what you can do best is going to be key. I really should be probably farming. I should farm Lightning and Radiant because I really want to build Yola because she's insane for everything. She's just so good and she actually smacks and she brings so much to this battle. Like, I know Odd One loves using her everywhere. I wouldn't mind building Grover. He's kind of fun. But I also have Sutha to work with a Dauntless team if I ever get anybody else good to go with him. I do have Nathaniel. So, like, I've got some solid options here. I've got Radiance. I don't really have a team for Radiance yet. I'm not going to bother with any of this until I get, like, probably, if I got a good rally legendary. Other than that, I don't think Radiance is the best one to focus unless you get a good rally legendary like Filto. But if I can farm stage 5 of Lightning, maybe that's something I go give a try. And if I can do that, maybe I'll farm that too. And then I could use that for sake of my adventure as another option as well. I like having the options because at least we could switch our adventure. But yeah, all right. I went on a little tangent there just to talk and show you guys kind of what I'm up to. But that is why I wanted to have this conversation, because that's what we all need to think of when we come in to our first Golden Wing match. We want to make sure that you are doing what's going to help the team, but also what helps your account. And speaking of what helps your account, don't go crazy wasting your bread for the sake of this event, because you could only 200 counts anyway. So just do your normal stamina, and then just do 50 Worm Arrow, and that's it. Don't go crazy thinking you could farm all damn day, because it's not going to count. But in 6 days here, legendary forge material drop rate is increased, which is huge. We get so much more from 7, 8, and 9 when this increases. It's so much better. So before you go too crazy wasting all your extra bread, you should definitely be smart and wait until that happens for most accounts, at least for those trying to push to the legendary gear like I am trying to get there. Oh, I'm kind of there. I just haven't done it a lot. But I have 21 bread loaves. I was like, oh, this is great. I could blast stuff during the guild versus guild. Yeah, this is going to be great. But no, only 200 counts. I'm already at 200 with not even doing anything today. But literally, if you just, instead of that, if you just buy one round with 50 here, and use your daily stamina plus a little bit more, or maybe buy 2 rounds for 150 worm arrow total, and don't even touch your bread loaves, save those for when the legendary drop rate increases, you're going to be in a lot better spot. So that's just some really big things to consider. Not only the fact of only 200 counting, and it has to be the first stamina you use of the day, but not being wasteful with your bread because only 200 count. And we have a really important increase of drop rate coming. But hope this video is helpful, guys. Make sure you're paying attention to all this stuff. Even if you're barely playing, if you're busy, just do something to contribute to the guild so you're not leeching off other people's points and efforts to get free stuff. I really hope they fix this to where you can't just accept it, because I don't think that's very fair. If someone's completely inactive, they open the game, grab all the rewards, and close the game. That's not very fair to me. People need to contribute in an alliance, right? But alright, that's all for today's video, guys. I'll see you in the next one, or live on Twitch.